What's up guys? Okay, so following on from my unboxing video that I've just previously done on the Galaxy camera, we're now going to be having a full look at the device in terms of all the features and things that it offers, and also just the functionality and things, and to see if it is worth the money. So like I say, first thing we're going to have a look at is the actual design of the camera. Okay, so in terms of the actual design of the camera itself, let me just go over the dimensions for you guys real quick. We're going to have a 5.0 inch across the front there, by a very slim 2.79 inches there, by an even slimmer 0.75 inches in terms of the width, not taking into account though the lens and also this bump. Looking around the actual device itself, I just turn it off real quick. On the top of the device you do have the standard buttons there. You've got the on-off button, or the sleep-wake button in this case. You do have the zoom functionality there, the shutter button as well. Moving around to this side, you have a 3.5mm headphone jack, and also this little bit here for the lanyard or the leather strap that you get. And inside this little door here is where you will find the micro USB for charging and syncing the device. So again, very nice. Down the bottom, you do find a standard connector for connecting it to tripods and things, just the standard screw size. There is a little door here, which is also used there for micro HDMI out, or if you want to actually get better access, you can open this door here for the battery, and it also has that there as well. Now if you look at the design of that, there's a lot of kind of little bits and bobs in there in terms of kind of doors and flaps and things. I'm maybe a bit worried about the hinges and the springs in here to see how long that lasts for, but we'll have to wait and see, I suppose, in terms of how good they are. Around to this side now as well, again just featuring there the 21x zoom. You do have the speaker on the side as well as a microphone, and here you have the button for the flash, which if you just press that button there, pops up like that. Very nice in terms of the design and how it works, and you can just press it down like that to push it back in. Now the actual display itself, it features a super clear LCD capacitive touchscreen. Now the actual screen itself is 720 by 1280 pixels. It is 4.8 inches across, so if you're doing the math it works out about 306 ppi. Now it also features Corning Gorilla Glass 2, so it is very strong. Now in terms of the actual lens itself, it does feature a wide-angle 23mm lens. Also has geotagging, touch to focus, face and smile detection, and optical image stabilization, which is very nice. Next we're going to move on to is the actual software itself. Obviously one of the main things here is that it is the first kind of consumer camera to be having a full Android experience. In this case it is Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. It is upgradable to 4.2 if you need it to. You can see here it's just running full Android. Very nice user interface. Obviously you've got all the apps that you can get. Because it is an internet connected device, if you wanted to, you could download games and things as well. For instance, you could have Angry Birds on here. Also we've got things like Instagram, which is a given if you're going to be using it as a camera. You can get things like Facebook, Gmail, YouTube, Google+, etc. So there's a lot of applications that you can get, and it has the full Android suite on there. Unfortunately the SIM card isn't activated, so we can't look at the Play Store or anything like that just now, but know that if you know how to use an Android phone, you're going to know how to use this. So it's got all the widgets that you get with Android as well. Now it is actually featuring the TouchWiz interface. It's not pure Android, obviously, because it is by Samsung. It's not featuring the pure Android experience. With the kind of smartphone kind of features that you get on here, it only makes sense that you can also, if you want to, use the phone in portrait mode, and if you're looking at it like this, you may just think that it is a mobile phone. Again, if I just bring it in right now to my iPhone 5 here, obviously there's a big screen difference, but you might just think that you are just looking at maybe a Samsung Galaxy 3, just a new shape or something like that. So again, very nice. So in terms of the actual speed, again I've got all the information here as well. It does feature a quad-core processor, 1.4 gigahertz, so it's very fast, very snappy. If you just move around the display, going in and out of menus and things, it's very nice to kind of get everything that you need, and there's no kind of slowdown or anything like that basically, so that's very nice. It does have 8 gigabytes internal storage. Now the size of the photographs, they are pretty massive. They work out at 40, I think it's about 4608 by 3456, so they are pretty big photos, so you will need to get a memory card, which obviously you can put down here in the expandable memory slot, and it also features 1 gigabyte of RAM. It does do 1080p video at 30 frames per second, or if you want to take that down slightly in terms of resolution to 768 by 512, then it does it at a blistering 120 frames per second. Now what we're going to do is have a look at the main feature, and that is the actual camera itself. There's a couple of different ways to access the camera, which I find quite nice as well. If you're looking at the actual home screen here, you can click on the camera button, which will then open the camera at the front. Or if you wanted to do it a slightly different way, and the way that I personally prefer is to just do it by doing the shutter button. If I can get kind of an angle of all three here, shutter button, screen, you've got the lens on the front. If you just press that, it does everything for you basically. So again, very nice there. Now the camera itself is a 16.3 megapixel sensor, so it does produce really good image quality. It does feature autofocus, also just tap to focus on there. If you go into the camera mode, sorry, it does feature tap to focus as well. 21x optical zoom. Like I say, it does have that pop-up Xeon flash. It does feature, if we just look on the front here, a 23mm lens. It's a wide angle lens, and obviously because the camera is internet enabled, it features geotagging as well, which is quite nice in terms of getting all the information on your photos when taking pictures. So again, very nice in terms of what it offers. So if we're having a look now at the actual interface itself, you can see here that there's kind of like a carousel wheel just down the side here. If you tap on that, it brings up all the options and things that you need in terms of getting the right photo and what you need. So at the moment, if we tap on auto, it basically does everything for you and tries to do it for a best fit situation. So if you're in low light, it will try and adjust it as best it can. Or if you want to get a bit more kind of control over your photos, you do have the smart option, which basically just picks different scenarios for different photos that you want to take basically. So macro, you got landscape, best face, which takes a combination of about 5 to 10 photos and picks the best ones from each and kind of merges them together. So that's quite nice. You got, you know, beauty face, which gets rid of imperfections and things. Light trace for kind of longer exposure and things. The setting that I would personally use myself though in here would be the expert setting, and in here you can literally change everything that you need to. You can change the aperture settings, the ISO sensitivity as well. So again, very nice in terms of the actual kind of interface. Obviously, it's just kind of like a card interface, much like maybe the old Xbox display used to be, where it has the cards that kind of come out and go back and things. That's quite nice. So there's a lot of things on here that you can change to get that picture perfect. Now, unfortunately, I can't do any photo tests at the moment, mainly because if you have a look through this camera real quick, out the window there, you'll see that it is pitch black, it's dark outside, and I've only got the camera for tonight as I am borrowing it off a very good friend of mine. You do have obviously some share options if you wanted to kind of share things like Bluetooth, email, Gmail, Google+, Instagram, etc. Or obviously there's the editing suite for editing your photos as well. Like I say, the speed is incredible, to be perfectly honest. If you look here, you've got a little menu there where you can do edit, slideshow, favorites, face tag, copy to clipboard. You can rotate the photo around and things. If you've used anything like a Galaxy S3 or just anything running Android or even TouchWiz, you'll know the interface right out of the bat, apart from the fact that obviously it features a camera basically. So like I say, this has been your kind of not a massive in-depth, like I say, review, because I'm not going to be keeping the product, but a little review to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up if that was something that you are looking at getting, the Samsung Galaxy camera. So like I say, I am Michael from Copper v Glass. We'll be having a lot more videos soon, and keep your eye on the blog as well, because we're going to be doing some changes to there to kind of get some more interaction and some more feedback if we can. So like I say, I will catch you in the next video.